What's going on, people? So, as some of you may have noticed, if you're watching this the day it's released anyway, it's Thursday, right? And so that's usually a time for people to kind of take a little moment or whatever to look at some things that happened in the past and all that good stuff, right? Which is why I'm wearing this here shirt today, to commemorate, maybe not commemorate, I don't think that's the word I want, but to, acknowledge the time that Shawn Spears almost killed Cody with that chair shot at AEW Fyter Fest. AEW also had their little debut last night, which I missed, but I'm going to have to catch up on that later. Also, on the subject of things from yesteryear. So, Holy Grail of Kicks, right? He posted a little story on the Instagram, on the gram as some say, saying, hey, go check out this dude's review, it's pretty good, or whatever he said. Talking about this guy right here, Tristan Stewart. So, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, right? Didn't think anything of it, but I was appreciative of it. And then I get this message from some random dude, asking me, about me or something, but I get that from time to time, because, when you put your life out there in front of people, kind of in the public, it happens. And so, after talking to this dude for a few minutes, which was a little weird at first, we came to the realization that we worked together, kind of, sort of, back in, 2001, which was a long time ago, right? So, we were like, oh, yeah, I remember you, because blah, 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 yada, 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 yada. And I'm just thinking, man, it's kind of cool, how that worked out. But, when people say that it's, a small world, I guess it kind of really is, right? This guy over here posts this story. Some random follower that he happens to have and doesn't know saw it and was like, I know that guy. Because he does know that guy. I'm that guy. Anyway, so that's enough of that, right? What you came here for, more than likely, well, some of you do come for the stories, so I appreciate that. A lot of you come for the shoes, though. And even those that come for the stories really come for the shoes for the most part, I feel. Anyways, this box right here, right? Adidas box, maybe some of you saw the picture. Yeah, this came a little while ago. Should have been here earlier, but Adidas was having shipping delays. So, it got here when it got here, right? At the end of the day, does it really matter if it's a little late or a little early? To me, not really, because it's not like I'm wearing these anytime soon, other than for an on foot in maybe 10 minutes or something. But it's not like I'm planning to wear these out somewhere, I really needed them, so I just don't care when they get here. Bam, $350 box. It's upside down, but that's fine. So, you guys know what it is anyway, so it's no point in really, making sure everything's all right and stuff. I'm just going to get right into this, because I'm actually kind of curious to see these in hand. I've seen a video or two, McFly did one, and Breezy Kicks did one. I remember Bobby's Sneaker World did one, I'm very sure of. Yeah, so it's been reviewed multiple times. I've seen it multiple times. Maybe you've seen it, except for you, Derek. You've probably not seen it. But that's fine. You're seeing it now. On this, right here. The Yeezy Boost 350 V2 in the cloud white colorway, right? But before we get all into the details and I start talking about this thing, let's get that other shoe out here and see if it's looking all like it's supposed to. For some reason it's really caved in, which is a little strange. But not a huge deal. It's a whole prime knit upper, so what's it really matter, right? So, making sure everything looks like it's supposed to look, and it kind of seems to, so cool. Alright, now, people, it is review time on, again, this, right here. See, I switched up and didn't use this one. This, right here. The Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 in the cloud white colorway. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And I gotta say, initial thoughts, it's okay. It's alright, you know what I'm saying? It's alright. So, that could sum up the review, honestly, but it's not going to be the whole review because I still talk about things. So, doing this like we normally do, looking at this, here you go, get a little close-up shot kind of sort of for you, make sure it's all on the screen. Anyway, so this thing, nothing really fancy about it, at least not to me. Across the midsole, you've got the typical kind of it's not quite a white, it's more like somewhat of an off-white, it's almost like a creamish color for that. On the bottom, you've got, it's not gum, it's far from gum, it's kind of like but it is a slight tan, almost like I don't know, maybe if you had a off-white colored sole and you decided to just walk and then stand in urine, that's kind of the color that it's given off right there. So a little nasty, sure, but you know, I'm going for, you know, something that helps you understand what I'm seeing. So anyways, past that, looking at the upper here, this is very much the same as mostly every other V2 that has come out in like the last year or something for some reason. I don't know why they won't switch it up, but they don't. So you got the normal thing where it's like on that side you've got one pattern, on this side you've got a slightly different pattern, you know, all that stuff. And I don't have another pair in front of me, but one thing that seems to stand out, and I could be wrong because again I'm not doing a full-on comparison right now, but when you look at this side, the right side, you kind of see that stitching down the middle. On this side it looks very plain, right? Very plain, like it's just standard stitching, nothing fancy about it. Minus down here. Down here it has like the normal pattern switch up. And then on here it's got that whole pattern switch up thing too. But just the bulkier, the larger part of the upper on the right side is just kind of plain. It's just like this plain bluish color, you know? It's all around in kind of it's like a grayish blue in a sense. Very light colored, but I mean it's not a bad color, it's just hard to describe. And then the laces there, none of that 3M stuff this time. Those are just like your standard ropey style laces. Not too different from what you might see on a Jordan 11, but I do kind of wish they were 3M only because I like 3M, but I'll admit it doesn't always work on everything, so this might be the better option. Again, that's up to you, like how you feel, but it seems like this could make more sense to not be 3M just because of the colorway and all that stuff. Anyways, past that, on the side you got that standard little semi-translucent slit down the side where you can kind of see into the shoe. A lot of it is blocked with this cagey looking part and then whatever's at the back, but it's there, right? And then everything else is very much the standard, you know, Adidas Yeezy on the inside, the white Boost on the bottom there. Nothing really fancy about this. The only difference from this and anything else is that it's a slightly different color. Some compare it to a blue tint sort of color, and I can see that, I can. Maybe if it's like a little bit faded. I haven't looked at my blue tints in a while, but you know, I'll have to pull those out later and, you know, do a little comparison. Wink wink video coming soon, right? But anyway, so I'll do that at some point. But as far as now goes, I don't really think I have much else to say about this other than the sizing, of course, because that's always important. So let's talk about that, shall we? So here's the thing about these, right? A lot of people will say, oh, maybe you should go up half a size because they're Yeezys and they're super snug and all that. I get that, right? I do. I just don't agree with it personally, right? It could be maybe if you already buy a half size up on everything, maybe that is just your preferred size. But as far as just like if you look at your true to size and then add on it, I don't think so. But that's just me. Because the way I see it, given that this whole shoe is like this big prime knit upper thing going on, right? It's going to stretch out over time as you wear it. So I would buy my Ultra Boost in 9.5s. I buy these in 9.5s. I buy the same for both, right? The only Adidas that I don't go 9.5 on is those 3MCs because those are a skate shoe style and those are naturally a little bigger. So I drop down to a 9, fit just fine. But yeah, as far as these go, I would not go up half. Actually, you know what? I did once on the blue tints actually, and I don't prefer it. You know, I prefer the 9.5. So that's what I'm going to say to you. McFly also covered that in his the Citron video, which I think came out today. I watched it today. I don't know if it came out today, but either way. So he's got some words of advice if you happen to be a Bigfoot kind of person. He's like a 14 or something ungodly. I'm your average like 9.5, right? Like a common folk size shoe, right? Anyways, so past that, the comfort though, the comfort is solid on these. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about the 350s. They feel like, I guess, like you're walking on a cloud. But for the people that say like, oh man, I buy Yeezys because they're comfortable. It's like, for the price and all that, like, I would just go with like some Ultra Boost, honestly, because you can get those for a pretty good deal almost everywhere, almost all the time. Maybe not always in like your preferred color, but they make a million of them, so you'll find one you like. So there's that to consider. But as far as these go, I don't have anything else to say about these. They look very much like the Statics minus, you know, the 3M. And instead of gray, it's kind of like that, yeah, instead of a light gray, this is kind of like a bluish gray sort of color. That's really all I have to say. So hopefully you got everything you needed out of this review, you know. And that's it. I'm going to wrap it up so I can do that on foot and put this out there to the world. Alright people, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. One minor thing, there is some 3M on the inside. It's not showing up because there's no light in here to make it happen, but those 3 stripes in the back, yeah, 3M. So, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I will see you. Again, I always mess that up, and I've said it like 100 and something times. You'll see me later, people. Later.